Welcome to night number 59 of History Bedtime Stories, in bed in our pajamas. It is the second Sunday in May, and ever since President Woodrow Wilson signed a proclamation in 1914, this is Mother's Day in America. Now, President Woodrow Wilson's proclamation is down in the comment section posted by us so that you can read the whole thing. But what it says is that the second Sunday in May should always be used for the celebration and thanking of American mothers. But long before President Woodrow Wilson, here with his wife and daughters, ever signed that proclamation into order, we had Mother's Day celebrations. One of the very earliest on record takes place in Virginia, and it's hosted by a woman named Anne Reeves Jarvis. And Jarvis was a creator of this kind of monthly event called Mother's Work Club. And Mother's Work Club was a place for new mothers to spend time with older mothers or grandmothers and learn from their expertise. It was basically child care classes, and it was very, very popular. And she also talked about the importance of thanking moms, of being appreciative of moms, and of moms supporting other moms. As the Civil War starts here in America, Jarvis really thinks it's down to the mothers. The mothers are going to be who saves us. And her Mother's Day work clubs support women whose husbands are fighting in the war. Following the war, her club morphs again, and in 1868, she hosts the Mother's Friendship Day. Mother's Friendship Day gathered the mothers of Union soldiers and Confederate soldiers, put them together, and asked that their sons, in friendship and recognition of the love they bore for their mothers, came and reconciled with soldiers who were on the other side of the war. This idea of reconciliation as a gift was really touted in early Mother's Days. There was also a woman named Julia Ward Howe. If that name is ringing a bell for you, it's because she was an American poet, author, abolitionist, and suffragette. She's most famous for being the author or lyricist who wrote Battle Hymn of the Republic. In 1870, she wrote a poem called The Mother's Day Proclamation. It ran in many ladies' magazines, including The Sketch in Britain and here The Lady in New York. It was also published in newspapers coast to coast. It was a call for all mothers to promote world peace. And in 1873, she campaigned for a federal recognition that June 2nd would always be the Mother's Day of Peace. Sadly, that never came to be. In Michigan, we have our own Mother's Day origin, Juliet Calhoun Blakely. Now, she lived up in Albion, Michigan, and she was a big part of the temperance movement, fighting to remove alcohol from America. It's said in city folklore that she was a member of the Methodist Church and that the boys of that church had been getting very drunk and rambunctious. When the preacher had to leave the pulpit on the second Sunday in May to go deal with his drunken son, Juliet Calhoun Blakely started preaching from the steps of the church to continue service. And ever since, the church recognized the second Sunday in May as Mother's Day, giving them the pulpit and a chance to express their feelings, talk about concerns, and certainly push forward the temperance movement. But perhaps the woman who most made Mother's Day what it is today was never married and never a mother herself. She is Anna Jarvis, the daughter of Anna Reeves Jarvis, who first had those mothers' work clubs. Following her mother's death in 1905, she starts hosting monthly Mother's Day celebrations to celebrate the sacrifices mothers make for their children. She ended up getting a department store owner, this guy named John Wanamaker, who owned department stores in Philadelphia, to financially back her because she said, listen, if we get this Mother's Day thing rolling, if people go for it, you're going to sell tons of gifts. You're going to sell flowers. You're going to sell embroidered handkerchiefs and postcards and Mother's Day greeting cards. It's a financial windfall. And John Wanamaker bought in. Her first Mother's Day celebration drew over 3,000 people to her Methodist church, but it drew over 10,000 to John Wanamaker's stores. The federal holidays came under her push to Woodrow Wilson. She claimed to the president that federal holidays were biased towards men, often celebrating men over women, and that a federal holiday in the celebration and thankfulness of mothers was something that really met with American ideals. Wilson signs that into law in 1914, and ever since, Mother's Day has been a federal holiday. Sadly, near the end of her life, Anna Jarvis was actively protesting Mother's Day as a federal holiday. She thought it got far too commercial and too much money was being spent on flowers and candy and cards. Quite the flip from originally funding her campaign through John Wanamaker's department stores. I hope wherever you are, whether you are a biological mother, a stepmother, an adoptive mother, a grandmother, an aunt, a godmother, whether you're expecting a new little one in your life, or whether your children are grown up and raising children of their own, I hope your Mother's Day is spectacular. If you have a special mom in your life, however they fit into that category of mom, give us a photo of them down below and tell us a little bit about them. And we're going to be randomly selecting some mothers to win some fabulous care prizes from Detroit History Tours, full of stickers and books and patches to say how much we love you all and are thankful it's Mother's Day. Wash your hands. We'll see you tomorrow night.